Ever wonder why wolves always follow a leader? Like, why does the alpha call the shots, and the rest just fall in line? And here's the kicker, humans do the same thing. Whether it's at work, in sports, or even in your friend group, we're wired to follow, to trust, to rely on someone steering the pack. But why? And what makes a leader worthy of that trust? Stick around, cause today we're diving into the wild world of wolves, the rules of the pack, and the surprising lessons they teach us about leadership, hierarchy, and teamwork in our own lives. Wolves. At first glance, you might think they're just wild dogs running around the forest, howling at the moon. But step closer, and you realize these animals are way more than that. They're apex predators, yes, but they're also social masterminds, packs that operate like tiny nations on four legs. Each wolf has a role, a purpose, a spot in the social hierarchy that keeps the pack alive and thriving. The alpha, the leader, isn't just the biggest or loudest wolf. He or she is the strategist, the guide, the one who coordinates hunting, resolves conflicts, and makes split-second decisions that could mean life or death for everyone in the pack. Then there's the beta, the second in command. They maintain order, support the alpha, and step up when needed. And the omegas? Don't be fooled. They might seem submissive, but they're the glue of the pack, stress relievers, social balancers, the ones that diffuse tension when tempers flare. Every wolf has a role, every wolf matters. And it's not all serious business. Playtime among pups isn't just cute, it's training for survival. Through play, they learn coordination, communication, and boundaries. Adults teaching young ones? That's passing on strategy, experience, and wisdom. Even the way they hunt, synchronized, patient, and deliberate, is a testament to their social intelligence. It's fascinating how they communicate. A look, a subtle gesture, even a howl, can carry complex messages, warning rivals, signaling a hunt, or just checking in with pack members. There's strategy behind every movement, memory behind every interaction. This isn't random chaos, it's structured, deliberate, and necessary for survival. Humans? We're not that different. Like wolves, we thrive in groups. Leadership, trust, cooperation, roles, all of it mirrors what happens in a wolf pack. It's survival, social intelligence, and mutual reliance, wrapped into one natural system. So before we dig into the alpha wolf, the leader who keeps the pack together, it's important to understand this: wolves aren't lone wolves in the way people imagine. They're social creatures, bound by roles, communication, and cooperation. Every member contributes to the bigger picture. Every wolf matters. And that's where the lessons for human leadership start, right here in the wild. So, why does a wolf pack always have a leader? Why not just roam as equals? The answer is survival, and it's more strategic than you might think. The alpha wolf isn't just bossy. They're the pack's decision maker, crisis manager, and the one who ensures every wolf knows when to move, when to hunt, and when to stay safe. Imagine a pack without a leader. Chaos. Confusion. Collisions during hunts, squabbles over food, wasted energy. The leader keeps the pack efficient, minimizes risks, and maximizes success. Every move is coordinated, almost like a well-oiled team. That alpha wolf isn't ruling by fear, they lead by respect earned through competence, experience, and decisiveness. Studies and wildlife observations show something fascinating: packs with strong leaders have higher survival rates. The alpha ensures that conflicts are resolved quickly, resources are allocated fairly, and vulnerable members, like pups or injured wolves, are protected. The leader also enforces rules, punishing disruptive behavior just enough to maintain order without destroying social bonds. Leadership in wolves isn't about dominance alone. It's about timing, awareness, and calculated decision-making. A wolf leader must read situations accurately, when to engage a rival pack, when to retreat, and when to let the younger wolves learn on their own. Mistakes can cost lives, so the alpha's judgment is critical. Here's the human takeaway: leadership isn't just a title. It's responsibility. Just like wolves, humans perform better when a capable, respected leader guides them. A good leader doesn't micromanage every action, they orchestrate, support, and intervene strategically. Leadership, in both species, is about balance, assertiveness, awareness, and accountability. Even subtle behaviors reinforce leadership. Wolves defer to the alpha with gestures, posture, and movements. They follow because they trust the leader's decisions, not just because they fear consequences. That trust is earned, not granted. In the wild, as in life, a team or pack thrives when members respect the leader's judgment, not just their strength. So next time you're thinking about leadership, think like a wolf. It's not about being the loudest, the biggest, or the most aggressive. It's about strategy, foresight, and taking responsibility for the pack or your team. Survival, efficiency, and trust all hinge on having the right leader at the right time. And that's exactly why wolves always have one. Hierarchy in a wolf pack isn't just about titles or aggression, it's a finely tuned social system. Every member knows their place, not through fear alone, but through communication, observation, and respect. The alpha sets the tone, but the pack's stability depends on every wolf understanding and performing their role. Betas play a critical role. They're the second in command, mediators, and supporters of the alpha. They step in to manage disputes, reinforce decisions, and sometimes act as the backup during hunts or conflicts. Without a strong beta, the pack risks instability. Think of them as the right hand in a high-stakes team. They keep everything running smoothly. Then there's the omega, the low-ranking wolf. Often misunderstood, they're not just weak. Omegas diffuse tension, act as social buffers, and can even prevent fights from escalating. In some ways, they're the glue holding the pack together. Even the seemingly minor gestures, like a playful bow or a submissive posture, carry important social meaning. They reinforce boundaries, communicate respect, and maintain harmony. Pack dynamics are constantly in motion. Wolves challenge each other subtly, through posture, gaze, or small confrontations. These interactions aren't random, they test strength, assess intentions, and reaffirm the hierarchy. A failed challenge, if handled correctly, strengthens the alpha's authority. In human terms, it's like healthy competition within a team that ultimately makes the leader stronger and the group more cohesive. Communication is key. A wolf doesn't bark blindly, they use growls, howls, body language, and scent marking to convey messages. A single look or stance can prevent fights before they start. Every wolf learns to interpret these signals, creating a social web where conflict is managed efficiently, and cooperation is rewarded. Humans can take a lot from this. Effective teams, like wolf packs, rely on clear roles, mutual respect, and subtle communication. Leadership isn't about intimidation, it's about maintaining harmony while guiding the group towards shared goals. Challenges will happen, but a strong hierarchy ensures everyone knows where they stand, reducing chaos and improving performance. So the takeaway? A wolf pack's hierarchy isn't just structure, it's survival, communication, and social intelligence in action. And the lessons for humans are clear: respect roles, value collaboration, and understand the subtle signals that keep a team, or a pack, thriving. So, what can humans learn from wolves about leadership? A lot more than you might think. Wolves show us that effective leadership isn't about barking orders or flexing muscles, it's about earning trust, making decisions under pressure, and keeping the pack united. Take the alpha wolf, for example. They lead not by sheer strength alone, but by competence. The pack follows because they trust the alpha to make the right choices. Humans operate the same way. Whether it's a CEO, a project manager, or even the leader of a friend group, people follow leaders who show consistency, wisdom, and fairness, not just authority. Betas? They're equally important. A strong human leader doesn't try to do everything alone. They delegate, mediate conflicts, and rely on key team members to maintain balance. Just like a wolf beta reinforces the alpha's decisions and diffuses tension, human leaders benefit from having trusted allies who support the group's cohesion. Even omegas have their lessons. In wolves, they maintain social harmony through subtle actions. In humans, team members who handle minor conflicts, support morale, or keep communication flowing quietly perform the same function. Leadership isn't only about the person at the top, it's about the structure and cooperation that surrounds them. Challenges and conflicts are natural, both in the wild and in human organizations. Wolves test each other to reaffirm hierarchy, and these challenges ultimately strengthen the pack. Similarly, constructive competition, feedback, and problem-solving in teams reinforce trust in human leaders and build stronger, more resilient groups. Another lesson: communication is everything. Wolves rely on nuanced signals, body language, howls, gestures, to coordinate without chaos. Humans, too, thrive when leaders communicate clearly, read social cues, and manage relationships with awareness and empathy. Leadership isn't just about giving orders, it's about understanding the team, predicting challenges, and acting strategically. Finally, leadership is responsibility. Wolves survive because their leaders are accountable for the pack. Humans, likewise, succeed when leaders take ownership of outcomes, make informed decisions, and protect their team. Leadership is a mix of strategy, social intelligence, and moral accountability. So next time you think about what makes a great leader, look at the wolves. They've been perfecting the art for thousands of years. Strength matters, but respect, trust, and intelligence? That's what really keeps the pack moving forward. And in our world, those same lessons can make your team, your community, or even your family thrive. Even in the wild, leadership isn't foolproof. A wolf pack thrives on structure, but when the alpha makes mistakes, the consequences ripple through the group. Misjudged hunts, poorly timed decisions, or failure to manage conflict can destabilize the entire pack. Chaos, stress, and inefficiency creep in, and sometimes lives are at risk. Betas and other pack members respond quickly to these mistakes. A strong beta may step in to mediate or correct, maintaining stability until the alpha regains control. But repeated errors erode respect. If the alpha's judgment is questioned too often, challenges arise, and even the hierarchy can collapse. Survival depends on competence, not just rank. Omegas, while lower in status, feel the effects acutely. They act as tension valves, and if the leader's errors escalate conflict, even their subtle role can't prevent stress from spreading. The whole pack suffers when leadership fails. Now, translate this to human dynamics. Leaders who make poor decisions, whether in business, politics, or teams, can create chaos, mistrust, and disengagement. The difference is, humans often have more flexibility. Mistakes can be discussed, feedback given, and adjustments made. But the principle is the same: leadership errors impact everyone under your guidance. Another insight: challenges are natural and even healthy. In wolf packs, a beta may test the alpha, ensuring the leader remains sharp. This isn't rebellion, it's a safeguard for the pack's survival. Humans benefit from the same idea. Constructive feedback, open dialogue, and checks and balances strengthen leadership and build trust. Leadership is accountability. Wolves survive because the alpha assumes full responsibility. Humans thrive when leaders own both successes and failures, correct course when needed, and protect the team. A leader who avoids responsibility loses credibility, while one who adapts and learns earns respect. Ultimately, both wolves and humans show that mistakes aren't fatal, they're instructive. Missteps reveal weaknesses, create opportunities for growth, and highlight the importance of teamwork. In any pack or team, the key is balance, strong leadership, supportive allies, and members who contribute to cohesion. So remember, being a leader isn't just about power or dominance. It's about strategy, awareness, and taking responsibility for the well-being of the entire pack. Fail at that, and the whole group feels it. Do it right, and the pack, or your team, thrives. So here's the bottom line: wolves don't just survive, they thrive because of leadership, hierarchy, and social intelligence. Every role in the pack matters, every action communicates something, and every decision by the alpha impacts the whole group. It's a delicate balance between authority, trust, and responsibility. Humans? We're not that different. We operate in teams, families, communities, even entire societies, and we rely on leaders just as wolves do. But here's the twist: unlike wolves, we get to reflect. We can choose how we lead, how we respond to challenges, and how we cultivate trust within our pack. Leadership isn't just a role or a title, it's a responsibility, a social contract, and a chance to inspire others to thrive. Mistakes happen. Leaders fail. Conflicts arise. Wolves show us that even in failure, structure and communication can restore order. Humans can learn the same lessons, but with one advantage: conscious awareness. We can recognize what's not working, course correct, and grow stronger because of it. Leadership is a skill, and respect is earned, not demanded. Here's the key takeaway: good leadership is about more than power. It's about earning trust, fostering collaboration, and ensuring every member feels valued. Wolves don't lead with ego, they lead with competence. And if we pay attention, humans can do the same: make decisions with awareness, support the group, and balance authority with empathy. So next time you're in a team or leading a project, remember the wolves. Observe the alpha, the beta, even the omega. Every role matters, every action communicates, and every decision carries weight. Leadership isn't about dominance, it's about responsibility, strategy, and social intelligence. Follow these lessons, and your pack, or team, can thrive like the wild's most successful predators. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the wild world of wolves and what they teach us about leadership, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop a comment sharing your own leadership experiences, and ring the bell so you won't miss our next episode exploring animal behavior and the lessons humans can learn from it. Leadership is natural, respect is earned, and survival, whether in the wild or in life, depends on how well you lead your pack.